Willie D live.
What's up, family? Ooh-wee, man. We got a GM at Wendy's who just threw his entire life away after he shot and killed a man, then slapped him while he was down on the ground, already dead. Yeah, fam, all of this because an employee was denied the opportunity to go home early. So she called for backup, and that got her friend killed. Check it out.
When he first got shot, he was screaming, but after a little minute, he just stopped. He stopped moving.
New information tonight about a shooting at a Wendy's in Southeast Memphis that left one man dead. The store's general manager has been officially charged with first-degree murder in this case.
We've also obtained shocking footage that shows the moment that deadly shot was fired. But we do need to warn you tonight, it is disturbing. Fox 15's Jack Bilyeu joins us live at Wendy's off of Winchester tonight. That's, in fact, where it all happened. Jack, why exactly did this happen?
Well, Darcy, according to court records, the GM was arguing with one of his female employees. Those records state that she wanted to leave early. Again, I want to warn you, this footage is disturbing, and we've edited out some of the most graphic moments.
Cell phone video posted to social media shows the moment the deadly shot was fired. You can hear screaming, then the shooter stands over his fatally wounded victim and slaps him in the face. The victim died at the hospital. Memphis police say the shooter is Derell Bowers, the general manager of the Wendy's. Court documents state Bowers was arguing with a female employee who wanted to leave early. He allegedly threatened to slap her, so she called a friend to pick her up. When that friend arrived, he and Bowers started fighting.
The person that got shot, he ended up swinging on the manager of the store, and the manager pulled out his gun and shot him. Well, he already had his gun in his hand. So.
The video shows Bowers walking towards the victim, gun in hand, before the victim throws a punch. A split second later, he fires a single shot. Our camera was rolling while Bowers was walked through the parking lot in cuffs.
That's honestly my first time seeing somebody get shot, so it's pretty shaking.
Well, the Wendy's franchise said in a statement it has a zero-tolerance policy for weapons at its stores. Bowers is set to be arraigned tomorrow morning. Darcy?
Okay. So what we have here, fam, is a failure to communicate. We have a failure to communicate. There's so much to unpack here. Let's start off with the obvious. Dude got a gun in his hand, and you swing on him? Now, what prompted dude to swing? Well, what happened was you saw the guy with the gun, the manager, flinch. He flinched at him. And then when he did that, that prompted dude to swing on him. But you have to understand that if you look at it that way, hindsight is 20/20, right? Because if the dude got a gun on him and then he's about to attack him, he looked like he's about to attack him, then he has to defend himself. But the way he defended himself was all wrong. He should have tried to go for that gun. If he was going to react, his instincts should have drove him to try to get that gun out of his hands. But you pulled up on a person with a gun. Now, the video starts with the dude with the gun hanging. The GM got the gun hanging at his side. So that was people saying, well, that's self-defense because he hit him first. Not necessarily. I think there's a little gray area there. Now, any attorneys, y'all can go ahead and chime, criminal attorneys, step on in. Because when he flinched at the guy, then a jury might look at that and say, well, based on the fact that he flinched at him, that would give this guy reasonable suspicion to think that his life was in danger. So he responded by swinging on him. Now, Buddy got an uphill fight, no matter what. He better have a hell of an attorney. I do think that there's a way that he can actually ease up out of this. I know some of y'all thinking, nah, man, ain't no way, ain't no way. Man, this is the United States of America. And this comes down to how good your defense is, your defense attorney is. And oftentimes, you know, the judge, how judges see it, and even how juries see it, you know, like, and how aggressive will the prosecutor be about going after this case? Because before it can even get to a jury, you got to get an indictment from a grand jury. Grand jury might look at it and say, yeah, you know, based off the instructions we just received, we think that this is not self-defense. Or they might say, well, this was self-defense, case closed. We don't know. We don't know. But it was in a very bad position. This is why you have to be very careful when you're going to defend somebody, even if it's not a woman. I had a buddy who got himself killed pulling up to the scene of an altercation between his friend and another party. These are people he didn't know. But his friend called and said, hey, man, these guys trying to jump me. So his friend goes over there, not to really fight. He's going over there really to kind of rescue his buddy. He's not going over there to fight. He has no intent. He's not even the type of dude that fight a little bitty dude that ain't even, has never been the aggressive type. So he's not even going over there thinking, I'm finna go over here and mix it up or whatever. He's going over there thinking like, I'm finna go over here and rescue my friend. Well, he gets over there, and as soon as he hops out the car and goes toward the action, one of the dudes on the other side pull out a hammer and bang on him, you know, hit him several times, just kill the dude. I mean, this is a good dude. This is a dude, if you got into an argument with him or a fight with him, you wouldn't even have to use a weapon. You know, ain't nobody gonna die. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna kill nothing. But he lost his life. He pretty much got ambushed, and that's what happens. I've seen that happen a number of times where a girl might call a friend, a brother, family, father, or ex, the new dude, to defend her honor. He gets over there, he gets ambushed because the other person is already at that location. They're waiting. They're just waiting for them to show up. And so oftentimes when people find themselves in these type of situations, they're really not thinking about the worst thing that could happen. Adrenaline is rushing, and all they can think about is getting on the scene and taking control of the situation, trying to control the situation. You have to think these things all the way through, because I'm pretty much sure if Buddy had time to think and say, what if I go over there and that dude got a gun and he pulled a gun out on me and then shoot me, and then after I get shot and I'm on the ground, he gonna slap me and further humiliate me. What if that happened? If he had thought that all the way through, he probably would have been like, you know what? I'll be over there, but I'm coming with the police or something. Maybe some extra backup, or if you're going over there, maybe you go over there and make sure that you let the guy know, whoever you pulling up on, that you come in peace. I come in peace, man. I ain't looking for no trouble. I don't want no trouble. I'm just here. And that is risky, because you don't know how far gone that person is in their mind. They might be thinking anybody that's on this other person's side is now an enemy, and all they see is red. They got red in their eyes, and they want to hurt something. They want to kill something. I do believe that there's more to this story. I don't think this is just a situation where a woman said, hey, an employee said, hey, can I leave early? the GM threatened to slap her. The whole story is not being told. Why would the GM threaten to slap an employee who wants to leave early just because they want to leave early? It's fast food. You got 100 more people standing in line waiting on that job. It's fast food. You can replace somebody just like that. You call every day, they're probably interviewing 10, 15 people a day. Just call the other person, then bring them on in, boom, keep it on move, keep it moving. It's a meal at those fast food restaurants. It ain't that serious. It's Wendy's. But it was GM, which means that he's probably somewhere in the six-figure range, and he just blew his career in the food industry management, and he also blew his freedom, all because he could not control his emotions. That is absolute madness. That is madness. That is madness. I don't know, maybe the dude was high or something. Maybe he was high, maybe he was drunk or something. I do know of managers who show up to work drunk, managers who show up to work high. Sometimes you see people in high positions and you wonder, how did they get there? This guy is off the chain. This guy is crazy. This guy is a psycho. How in the hell did he get in this position? Oftentimes they get in those positions by being hired by psychos. Yeah. You have to look at it like that, because I know myself, I wouldn't hire a psycho. If I know somebody is off, once I get, maybe they fooled me, but once I get proof, once somebody let me know that this guy is off the chain, or he did this or that, she did this or that, they out of here. I'm not taking any chances. I got to protect my employees, and I'm going to protect my reputation. I can't have dude out here killing people and, on my watch. And he ain't the only Wendy's GM or manager who's killed somebody this month. There's another guy in Missouri who shot a guy in the drive-thru. He didn't kill him, but he shot him in the shoulder because allegedly there was some miscommunication at the drive-thru, and the guy pulled up and he was waiting and nobody would help him out. So he got agitated, and once he got his food and stuff, his drinks spilled, so he backed up and, he confronted the guy, the manager, in the parking lot, and the manager pulled out that hammer and hit him with it, So these are wild times, fam. These are crazy times. And more people who work in the food industry, not just the food industry, fast food industry, but more people, period, are packing. And you have to assume that before you get into an altercation with someone, that they're probably packing. They're probably packing. And even if you assume that they're packing and you got your heat, even if you win the gun battle, you may lose the legal battle. So the best thing that you can do is just try to stay out of the way and make sure that if you do find yourself in a situation where you have no choice but to make contact, make sure you're in the right. No more talk.